Ask any man today, who are you really? Let me tell you, the answers you will get are usually very surface level. A job title, a hustle, or sometimes even a blank stare. But the world being what it is, it's been feeding us a lot of lies for generations. Lies such as, you're only valuable if you make some money. You're only respected if women want you. As a man, don't show emotion. That's weakness. Or the opposite of it. Don't lead. That's toxic. You are made in God's image. That means you reflect His creativity. You reflect God's leadership. You reflect His strength. And most importantly, you respect His compassion. I want you to know that that is your starting point. That's your spiritual DNA. God didn't give you domination. He gave you dominion. There's a very big difference. That means He gave you stewardship. He didn't give you control. Welcome to Authentic Brotherhood, a channel where we have real conversations for real men. If you're looking to grow deeper in your faith, discover your purpose, and walk in the truth of who God made you to be, whether you're in the right place. So make sure to subscribe, turn on that notification, leave a comment, and share this with a brother who needs it. Let us build together. So let's be real for a moment. Ask any man today, who are you really? Let me tell you, the answers you will get are usually very surface level. A job title, a hustle, or sometimes even a blank stare. And that's not because men don't want to go deeper, but because somewhere along the way, the world stopped teaching us how. The truth is, brother, you're more than your paycheck. You're more than your relationship. The car you drive or the weight you can bench. You are never meant to be defined by your output or your appearance. I mean, from the very beginning, God designed man with intention, with identity, with responsibility, and a place in His creation. But the world being what it is, it's been feeding us a lot of lies for generations. Lies such as, you're only valuable if you make some money. You're only respected if women want you. As a man, don't show emotion. That's weakness. Or the opposite of it. Don't lead. That's toxic. I mean, it's exhausting. You're either too much or you're not enough. You're either aggressive or you're passive. I mean, you make one wrong step and suddenly you are a villain in someone else's narrative. This is the truth that the world won't tell you. He didn't create you. God the Father did. And only the Creator has the authority to define His creation. So let us go back, all the way back to the very beginning. Genesis chapter 1, from verses 20 to 28. God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion. That passage right there holds three foundational truths about who you are as a man. First, you are made in God's image. That means you reflect His creativity. You reflect God's leadership. You reflect His strength. And most importantly, you respect His compassion. I want you to know that that is your starting point. That's your spiritual DNA. In other words, you are not made to copy culture. You are not made to conform to the ways of the world. You are made to reflect your Creator. Secondly, you are created for responsibility, for a purpose. God didn't give you domination. He gave you dominion. There's a very big difference. That means He gave you stewardship. He didn't give you control. You are meant to provide. You are meant to rule well, to protect, to build, and you're meant to serve. Just like a good king who cares for his people. Not the way a tyrant who demands that he be served. Number three, you're made to multiply. You're made to expand. You're told to be fruitful and multiply. It's not just about having kids. It's about multiplying things. It's about growing things. Growing families. Growing communities. Growing legacies. Growing impact. I mean, you are made to leave the world better than you found it. To be a cultivator of goodness and not just a consumer of life. You are not meant to just exist. You're meant for greatness. And if you are really paying attention to the life of Adam before Eve entered the picture, I mean, you'll notice something very powerful. Adam had a relationship with God first. Then God gave him an assignment. And the assignment was to work and keep the garden. He also had boundaries. God gave him a command not to eat from a certain tree. And only after that foundation was laid did God bring him. This is not accidental. That's a divine order. Your identity isn't found in being a husband or in being a father first. Your identity begins with you being a son of God. Because you cannot lead a family well if you are not first led by your Father in heaven. A lot of men today are looking for a woman to give them purpose. That is not the role of the woman. That's not her role. She's your helpmate, not your purpose giver. And when you place a burden on her that only God can carry, you set both of you up for frustration, up for failure. And that explains why we see most marriages crumbling in this day and age. In Psalms chapter 127 verse 1, the Bible tells us that unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. I mean, you can grind all day, build a reputation, stack money, build a perfect house, create a perfect looking family. But if God's not at the center of it all, let me tell you, it is gonna crack under pressure. When things get tough, it's gonna crash. So leadership therefore is not about power, it's about sacrifice. In Ephesians 5:25, we are told that husbands should be able to love their wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. That's the standard. Leadership is sacrificial. It means staying when it's hard, protecting even when it's inconvenient. I mean, serving even when you are tired. It means fighting for your family, not fighting with your family. So don't fight with your family. Fight for your family, even when it costs you. And with your children, what does the Bible say? That's the answer to. In Ephesians 6:4, they told fathers, don't provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Your role isn't to pressure them into perfection. It's to discipline them. It's to guide them with love, to mold them, to be a living example of faith, not just a voice preaching to them, but be an example they can emulate. I mean, your son does not need you to be a millionaire. All he needs is for you to be present, to speak life over him, to model integrity. Your daughter too doesn't just need you to buy her love, showering her with gifts and all that. What she needs is for you to love her mother so that she can learn what to look for in a man. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's too much or that's a lot. And let me tell you, it is. Especially in a world that doesn't reward godly manhood. What is the good news that I have for you today? Even though man fell, as we see in Genesis 3, God didn't abandon us. He sent the ultimate man, Jesus Christ, to redeem everything that we lost. As we are reminded in Romans chapter 5 verses 19, for as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so also by one man's obedience many will be made righteous. That means that through Jesus we are not stuck in our past. We get a new identity. So you are not just a sinner, or you are not your worst day. You are not a walking paycheck. I mean, you are a son of the living God. You are a builder of his kingdom. You are a warrior, not for ego, but for truth and love. And listen, God is not going to celebrate that. It might, but most of the time it won't. But I want to assure you that heaven does, and eternity will. Remember we said in our first episode that as men, we need to focus on building legacies that outlive us. So here is my challenge to you. Go back, spend some time this week in Genesis chapter 1 and 2. Ask God to show you what he sees when he looks at you. I mean, start reclaiming the areas of your life where you've believed the lies and start walking in truth. And as we said, you can't do this alone. Let's do it together. So drop a comment. Tell us what's that one area you are reclaiming as a man of God, and let us sharpen each other. Because as the Bible says, as iron sharpens iron, so should a man sharpen another. Until next time, stay strong, brother. This is Authentic Brotherhood. Subscribe for more biblical manhood content. And remember, we are just getting started. Thank you, and may God bless you all.